So, welcome everyone to our Divine Radiance Masterclass. Katarina and I are so delighted to have everyone on the call. And for those who are going to watch the replay, we were just chatting with our lovely friend Sue about the energies, the heightened energies at the moment. You know, this time last Sunday was the Lionsgate portal, and a couple of days ago was the eclipse. And it's actually a wonderful time to manifest your dreams. So it's good. For decades, I've been teaching people to have a dream journal by your bed because subconsciously gives you a message to remember your dreams. And my tip is, as soon as you open your eyes, doesn't matter what time of the night, just shine a torch if you have to, but write down your dreams, because once you get up and go to the bathroom or make a drink, your dream's gone out of the door. So write your dreams on Awaken. And even if you're going to put it in your phone, but I like to use a journal because you remember more, and you actually fire 10,000 neural pathways as opposed to only 500 when you type. And because the energy is so heightened, it's good to carry a little notebook in your bag as well, or wherever you go, to write down ideas of inspiration, because you never know when they're going to come, and it might be walking in nature and you get an idea. So all these wonderful things happening. But for now, I would like everyone to just come home to their true, authentic self. We're all living a busy life. So now is time for you. And we're grateful that you are taking some me time, some time to pause and just simply be. So please sit in a comfortable position and allow yourself to rest. Just simply switch off. Close down your beautiful eyes and just allow yourself to come home. Allow your gaze within and just become aware of my voice and the noises in the room. And just think of them as like white goods, like the refrigerator, the washing machine, and so forth. And take a moment now to simply just breathe in through your nose and out through your nose, keeping your mouth closed and just enjoying taking a conscious breath in through your nose and out through your nose. Just allowing your body and mind to calm. And then place your left hand on your heart. Your left hand signals your brain to switch off, and it allows your God self to take over. So just connect with the feeling part of you. You might feel a bit of warmth on your hand as you hold your heart. And just pay attention now to your heart beating, feeling this wonderful rhythm of life. There's nowhere to go, nothing to fix. Just simply be. You've got nothing to achieve. Once more, begin to notice your breath and allow your hand to relax. Just simply relax. And let your breath move gently through your body. You might begin to notice the slightly cooler air as you breathe in and slightly warmer as you breathe out. And with every breath, just imagine your body, your entire nervous system slowing down and your body softening, your mind becoming quieter. Your thoughts will still come, and that's perfectly okay. Just say acknowledge and don't pay them any attention. Just simply notice them. You don't need to push them away. And just return to focusing on your breath. And now with your eyes still closed and focusing on your breath, I'd like you simultaneously to focus on 4 different points, starting with your third eye. Just bring your attention to your third eye, which is just between your eyebrows. And it is the center for your clairvoyance, your clear seeing, your connection to the psychic. So with each breath, allow your gaze to go up to your third eye. Simply placing your attention there. So keeping your attention on your breath and your third eye, I would now like you to focus on your tummy. With each in-breath, notice your tummy slightly rise, and with each out-breath, it gently falls. Rising and falling. Rising and falling. And then on the next breath, become aware of the connection with your bottom, whether you're sitting on the chair or on the floor. Notice yourself being supported by the chair or the floor, and this lovely connection. And now on your next breath, bring all your attention down to your feet. And just tune in and make sure your feet are firmly planted and evenly. You might want to press your big toe in and your little toe and your heel. And just simply notice your attention as you feel both your feet on Mother Earth, that grounding, that love, that support. And bring your attention back to your breath, your third eye, your tummy, and the connection with the earth. 4 beautiful points of awareness. We don't often give ourselves time to be present in our body and to just simply be. Now imagine that you're standing at the entrance to a beautiful forest. The air is fresh. The trees are tall and ancient. Just wonder how many ancestors have been there before you. The sunlight gently dances through the trees. and it warms your heart and fills it with joy. And you feel strangely at home here. You notice all the sounds of the forest, maybe the wind gently rustling the leaves, and the foliage as you take each beautiful step. Maybe some animals or birds chirping. And as you walk deeper into the forest, you become aware of the beautiful scent of lavender, and a beautiful mist appears to swirl around you. You're amazed, you're mesmerized, and you breathe in this divine scent. The essence of lavender is very soothing, calming, and symbolically it helps to release that emotional weight we often carry. So breathe it in gently, and as you breathe out, release all that no longer serves you. You don't have to carry everything anymore. You can let go of all your burdens. And the mist seems to magically disappear. And as you walk further, you notice a beautiful spring in your step. You feel lighter and brighter. As you walk a little further again, you notice a beautiful hut, and outside sits a wise woman. What does she look like? What is she wearing? She's very peaceful and radiant. You feel her energy, her aura, it's glowing, and it's very warm, soft, and gentle, and yet somehow familiar. And as you approach, you realize it's Athena, the goddess of femininity, of wisdom and strategy. You can't believe your eyes. She turns and looks at you with deep love. There's no judgment in her eyes, only recognition, as though she has known you forever. She smiles and welcomes you, and you walk forward, take a couple of steps, and as you sit beside her, you feel completely safe to simply be your true, authentic self. You don't have to impress. You don't have to put on any airs or graces. Just simply allow your beautiful, radiant self to shine. She looks deeply into your eyes, like she's touching your soul, and she whispers a message meant only for you. Perhaps you hear her words. Perhaps you simply feel them. Whatever comes, just receive it. Now, she asks you to place your hand over your heart You feel the warmth as your hand connects to your heartbeat and the life force energy. Everything is tingling. And she tells you to look deeply inside your heart. And as you do so, you see a tiny golden light glowing within the center of your heart. Athena gently touches your heart with her hand, and instantly the little light begins to grow brighter, warmer, more radiant. Can you see it glowing and growing? It is your sacred heart light, your connection to your soul, the inner wisdom, your true, authentic self, your divine feminine spark. Feel that light awakening within you and shining brightly. And remember, you carry both divine feminine and divine masculine qualities within you, whether you're male or female. The feminine receives, feels, creates, nurtures, and knows, carries your intuition. The masculine energy is grounding, protects, acts, directs, and brings vision into form. It manifests. You don't need to choose one over the other. You are learning to bring them into beautiful balance. Now imagine that golden light expanding through your entire body, filling your heart, your chest, your belly, all the way down to the tips of your toes and the tips of your fingers. Feel every cell and atom in your body coming alive, even the fine strands of your DNA. You might feel them tingling or warmth or cold. It's the energy awakening within you. And Athena now gives you a gift. She places in your hand the most incredible rose quartz. Feel its energy pulsating in your hands. Feel its softness and warmth. Let it represent love, compassion, and self-acceptance. You intuitively place it over your heart. And in your mind, you hear yourself silently say, I am loving and accepting all parts of me equally and unconditionally. I am. I am perfect just the way I am. I am releasing all that no longer serves me. I am trusting my wisdom. I am worthy. I am I am deserving of everything my heart deserves and desires. I am. You notice Athena smiling warmly at you, and she says, talk to your heart directly, dear one. Ask your heart now, what is it you truly desire? Don't force an answer. Just allow what's ever meant to arise. Could simply be a feeling or word, or it even may arise in your dreams tonight. Allow your heart to plant that desire into the fertile ground of your soul. Now is the time to manifest. Now is the time to create the life you deserve and desire and that you were truly born to. Just breathe that in. And visualize yourself now living from that place. Notice how you feel. Maybe lighter, more peaceful, happier, more authentic, more alive and free. And as I mentioned, you don't need to have the answer right away. It may come in your dreams or tomorrow or the next day. And you can keep tuning in to your heart just simply by placing your hand on your heart and asking, what do you deserve? What do you desire, dear heart? What do you yearn for? Now bring your attention back to the room and the chair or the floor you're sitting on. Gently wiggle your fingers and toes. Carry that light with you. Carry the truth with you. And remember, the love, the wisdom, and the power you are searching for has never been outside. It has always been inside. Inside you all along. And you are never alone. You're always supported, loved, and connected to your divine feminine, to Mother God. Now gently wiggle your fingers and toes once more and open your beautiful eyes, bringing you back to the room and the present moments. Welcome back, everyone. I'll give you a moment to just settle in while you're in this nice, beautiful, calm energy. And I would like to pass the baton to Katarina so she can let us know while we're moving through this fiery energy of Leo, the more grounded energy of Virgo, how we can use this transition to let go of old patterns and come back to our true authentic self and shine. Do you want to unmute yourself, dear Katarina?
Excuse me. This is an amazing time to release old patterns, and they will inevitably show up. So look for them. And when they happen, just see how you react, see how you feel. And when it comes to changing old patterns, to use this time to renew, because this is really a time of renewal as well. So when it comes to that, the only thing that actually changes a pattern is that we change our behavior. Because we can feel and we can understand and we can know exactly what we're doing, but until we actually change a certain pattern, nothing will happen. So what will inevitably happen when we change a pattern that we're tired of? We're so tired that we can't take it anymore. We can see it, we've done it our whole life. And then comes guilt, and then comes fear, and then comes all these feelings that your ego tries to protect you so that you can continue to do this thing that you always did. That was part of your defense system. For example, I can take an example from my own life. Not being really good at setting limits. Saying yes when before I actually really know if that is what I want to do. So with this pattern comes then the challenge to actually set a limit and say, no, I can't, I won't, I don't have time, whatever. And if I do, there is this feeling of guilt that might come. And the challenge is then to be able to embody this guilt, to stand it, because it's very predictable that it will happen. And our challenge is to be able to just stand in it, embody it, be with it, and still go through with the decision we made. So still going through with the changes in our behavior, and knowing that you might feel guilt and you might feel fear, and just be with it. It's okay.
So some people might be saying, Katarina, it's easy for you to say that, but a lot of people can't stand with it. They don't have the tools to breathe through it, for example. What tips?
So I have a wonderful tool that we use in the journey, and that is also used in a lot of behavioral therapies. It's when you have an emotion that is really strong and that comes to you. Say it's anger, or it's fear, or it's guilt. So before you go into action, just close your eyes, invite the feeling. Let the feeling do what it wants to do with you. Feel it on the inside. Let it implode. And as you sit with this feeling, invite it to get stronger and stronger. And when it reaches its peak, you gently allow yourself to fall through this feeling to whatever is under it. So if the first feeling was fear, then the next feeling might be loneliness. So you invite the loneliness. And you feel the loneliness completely. Let every cell in your body that ever felt loneliness feel it even more. And when the loneliness has reached its point, you fall through that. And you will eventually reach source, peace, God, meditation, whatever you want to call it. So there is no feeling that cannot be a portal to complete peace. So instead of pushing our feelings away, we allow them completely.
Thank you. And if someone is feeling stuck, disconnected, or unsure of their direction, what is one simple practice that you would encourage them to do tonight, for example, to reconnect with their inner wisdom and hear what their heart is saying?
Well, one thing is to just embrace the stuckness as well. Just allow it completely. But also, what is always my go-to is to invite my higher self. And right now, when we are right between two eclipses, I was thinking of doing a small inner journey here. And, the next, we had the solar eclipse, and we're having the lunar eclipse on the 21st. So take the opportunity to really release and bury what needs to be released and buried. And there's also one tool that I wanted to share with you. It is an African tradition. I learned it from someone from South Africa. What you do, you choose a number of issues or patterns that you have that you feel really ready to release. And you take a string. I'm sorry I don't have a string, but imagine here there's a string. And for every pattern you have, you tie a knot on the string. So you have the pattern of, for example, not being able to say no. You have the pattern of exploding in anger, saying things that hurt people, that you then afterwards regret. Or you have the pattern of lying, or you have the pattern of whatever, you just really honestly admit, what are these patterns that I'm so tired of, and I do them, and I can see that I do them, and I still do them because I'm just so used to it, and my ego just wants to go there. So you tie a knot for each pattern, and maybe you tie, let one knot be here, and the next knot is 5 centimeters or a few inches further down. So you make all these knots, and you have maybe 8 knots. 8 is a good number. So you have 8 knots, and you pull out the scissors, and you cut between the knots, so that you have all these little pieces of thread or rope. Then you take all these little pieces and you burn them in your fireplace, or if you don't have a fireplace, maybe you have some kind of kettle that you can make a little fire in. So that way you burn your old patterns in a ceremony, which I highly recommend that you do while you're in this portal. So identify your patterns and do this little ceremony. And while you're doing it, you might burn some sage, and you might, really send love to yourself and to your ego for having had all these defense mechanisms and all these, because there's a good reason why you started this in the first place. Your ego needed to defend itself. And there's a good reason why we do what we're doing, because our emotions have their own logic, they have their own intelligence, and nothing is done other than to defend ourselves from that point of view. But these patterns might be really outdated, and they're hurtful, because every time you hurt someone else, you hurt yourself, because we're all one. So
Exactly. I love that. I'll be practicing that.
yeah.
And yeah, and the number 16/8 carries themes of inner wisdom, power, and it brings the spiritual into the physical. How can we turn love from something we think about into something we actually embody every day?
Oh, just what you just did, Beverly. Focus on your heart. Really focus on your heart. And we can invite our emotions, we can raise our vibration by inviting the emotions we want to feel. So focusing on your heart and inviting love into your heart. And maybe it's a little hard if you're in a bad mood, but you invite love into your heart, and then you expand it. You expand the love and you invite more of it, and you let every cell in all of your body let you know all the love you ever felt. And you think of all the people you love, and you think of all the things that you love doing. So very soon, you will be full of love, even though 5 minutes ago you felt really pissed off and angry.
Mhm. That's lovely. Yeah, I love doing anything to fill my heart with love, and also gratitude.
Yeah.
Do 3 daily gratitudes.
Yeah.
Um, yeah, I was
Gratitude
just going
is
to say.
also, excuse me. Yeah. Say.
Oh, I was going to ask you, do you want to give a meditation or an exercise?
Yeah. I was going to do that. So if you just close your eyes, take a deep breath in and a deep breath out. And imagine yourself standing on a staircase. It is 10 steps and it goes down. So you step on to step number 9 now. And you step on to step number 7 and 8. Excuse me. And on step number 7, you take a deep breath of curiosity. Just fill yourself with complete curiosity. Let every cell in your body that has ever felt curious just feel a little more curious. And you step down to step number 6. And step number 5. Step number 4. On step number 4, just take a deep breath full of trust. Just complete trust in yourself, in your love, in your goodness, because you've done so much good. You easily forget that, but there's so much goodness in you. And you step down to step number 3, and step number 2, and step number 1. And on step number 1, you take a big, big breath of clarity. The ability to see all the circumstances and issues in your life completely clear. Just fill all of you, your whole system, your whole being with so much clarity. Clarity of mind, clarity of heart, clarity of intuition. So just invite your intuition to be with you. All of your clarity. And now imagine that there's a door in front of you. And if you can't see it clearly, you just place it there. And this door has a knob. And when you feel ready, you open this door and you get into this big room representing your soul, your innermost being. And in case it needs, this room is your inner temple. It's also your safe place, the place where you're always at home. So to this room, you invite some cleaning, and you cleanse it and you make it the most beautiful room you can ever imagine. Maybe you need to refurnish it or put some furniture there, or maybe it's a room in nature. And to this room, you also invite your higher self. So take a deep breath and breathe out. And another deep breath and breathe out. And a third deep breath. And breathe out. So just check. Am I in touch with my higher self now? Is my higher self here? And you will get an answer. And your higher self is the one who knows you the best. Is the one who knows you so well. It's a part of your soul that is always with you. Like a guardian angel. Knowing your history, knowing your fears, knowing your talents, knowing your strength, and knowing your priorities. Because we all have them. And you might be the one who forgot your priorities. You might be the one who actually forgot what you like and what you find funny. But your higher self keeps track and knows exactly what is best for you. So, if you could pose a question now to your higher self, what is the issue that needs my attention now? If I could choose, if I could pick an issue, a pattern, a thought pattern, or a behavioral pattern, or even an emotional pattern that needed to go at this time, a pattern that I can bury and go on and change. So what is the pattern that really needs to go now? And see the answer rising up inside of you, in your heart. So you might hear this pattern as a sentence in your head. You might feel this pattern in your heart. Or maybe you just see the pattern as a picture. So now, when you have your pattern, imagine a time shuttle, a time machine. And together with your higher self, you enter this time machine. And the time machine has a start button. And when you push this button, it knows exactly where it needs to go. The start button is already programmed with your issue. So push the button now. And the time machine will take you to the exact moment in time or the place or the situation where this pattern started. So start the time machine, and now we're going. And your higher self knows how to land this time machine. So maybe it lands exactly in the place or the situation where this pattern started. And you see the pattern play out for your inner eye. So now, just imagine that there is a screen. It's a white screen, like a movie screen. And just play this pattern up. Play this scene for yourself so you can see it from beginning to end. And then ask your higher self, what was the gain from this pattern? What did I gain from it? What was my reward? And maybe the reward is what has kept it going during all these years. So your higher self will then maybe ask you if you're ready to let this pattern go. And if your heart feels ready, you will hear yourself say yes. You're ready to let this pattern go. So then you play it once again and you fast forward it. You know how old VCRs used to work. You could fast forward a movie and you could see all the movements. And you can rewind it and you could see all the movements as well. So fast forward it so you can see all the movements and rewind it so you can see all the movements. And you go back and forth now 20 times. 10 times forwards and 10 times back. Get started. So now play the scene again and see if something has shifted in the way you feel around it. And then you start rewinding it back and forth again. Once forward, once back. Go forward, go back. And all of a sudden the VCR breaks. Remember how it looked when the tape got entangled? So it's entangled, it's broken, the whole pattern has gone, broke. So you find a little carton and you make a package. A beautiful, actually, gift package. And you tie a beautiful knot around, like a gift. And you ask your higher self to support you in throwing this package up into the universe so that it can be recycled and gone. So you throw the biggest throw you can ever imagine, and you see the package disappear like a little dot up into the universe. It's gone. So together with your higher self, you climb into the time shuttle again. You leave this place where the scene once played out. And you sit in the time shuttle and you go back to your inner temple. So now when you landed in your inner temple, you might want to ask your higher self if she or he has a piece of advice to give you. Just see if there are some words that emanate from your heart, from your mind. And ask your higher self to give you the strength and the courage to make the behavioral changes or the changes in thought that needs to be done in order to carry out the new patterns in your life. And now fill your heart with gratitude. Gratitude for being you. Gratitude for having the support of your higher self in your life. And ask your higher self to infuse you with light and love from top to toe. And say thank you. Let your higher self go back to where she or he resides, right above your head, maybe, right around you. And at any time when you open your heart and relax enough, your higher self can come and be with you. Heal what needs to be healed. Fill your organs and being with their healing light. And it is now time to go up those stairs. Step number 1. Step number 2. Step number 3. Step number 4. Step number 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and you can open your eyes when you're ready. Thank you.
Thank you. That was amazing. And is there anything you'd like to share before we call it a day?
Well, I was wondering, Sue, did you see anything?
Yeah, I had a pattern that I sort of, it took me way back to my childhood, and it helped me identify a pattern that I've been doing a lot. So it was a very useful exercise. Thank you.
Thank you. And even myself, while I was doing it, I saw a pattern that I've been aware of, but thought was really not a big deal. Or how it started was like no big deal. But I finally saw that whole scene play out, and I'm done with it. So yeah, thank you. And thank you for sharing.
Yeah, it was a very powerful exercise, and I had a similar experience as well, with back to childhood and something that was surprising. And it was really good to finally identify with it and how it started. And yeah, it was funny when you said the time machine, it took me back to Austin Powers movies when they used to go in the time machine. So it was like,
Yeah.
you're going to lighten up, loosen up, and just
Yeah.
have more fun.
Yeah. Oh,
So,
wonderful.
yeah.
Wonderful.
So,
Yeah, thank you
so
for today.
yeah, and thank you, Sue, and everyone else who's listening to the call. And Katarina and I will be back in October, date to be confirmed. And meanwhile, you can follow us on Divine Radiance Masterclass and Retreats on Facebook, or I'll put with our notes our both websites, and we have our Divine Radiance retreat next February in Byron Bay, and we chose it because it's over the energy of Saint Valentine's. And Saint Valentine's is all about the energy of love, and the most important love is self-love. So you can come along and just be in the love energy and let the magic transform from there. So thank you, everyone.
Thank you
Take
so
care.
much. Much love. Bye.
Much love. Thank you. Bye.